Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. Today we're going to be talking about the top AI stocks going into 2025 that I believe are going to make investors very wealthy. But as always, I want to say that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. So let's hop into it. First stock we're going to visit here is the one that has had the most recent volatility pop and the most momentum, and that is SoundHound AI. And when we zoom out and look at SoundHound on the year-to-date chart, we could see that it is moving significantly higher than both the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, recently just having this breakout. On November 4th, this stock was worth $4.96, and today, as I'm recording on December 14th, so just a month and 10 days later, the stock is now moving at $17, a 3.5 multiplication from the bottom. And for those who don't know what SoundHound AI is, they engage in the development, owning, and commercialization of voice, sound, and natural language artificial intelligence technologies and related activities. And the news that really sent the stock to the moon was the recent news from Torchy Tacos that they're going to be using SoundHound AI for all their locations. And Torchy Tacos is a pretty massive corporation, so they have locations all across the U.S., and the way they're looking to implement SoundHound is they're going to be using their AI technologies to take care of customer orders via phone. This will really help Torchy Tacos fill more orders with ease, as AI will be doing a lot of the work that normally a human would have had to do on the phone. And this news is really big for SoundHound, as this is just another business that is going to be using their technologies. So a significant shift in SoundHound's business strategy is its reduced customer concentration risk. Last year, the company's top customer represented 72% of its revenue, which dropped to just 12% in the latest quarter. Additionally, the share of revenue from the top 5 customers has decreased from over 90% to less than 33%. You really can't depend on just 1 or 2 customers to bring in most of your revenue, so seeing SoundHound increase their revenue and also spread out by getting more customers, both of those are a positive for SoundHound. And when we look at SoundHound's gross profit, we could see that it is getting healthier each and every single year as their revenues continue to increase. And despite SoundHound losing money and having a negative earnings per share and a negative net revenue, they have a bold vision to reach profitability by 2025. And when you're making so much revenue, that could be easy as you have more money to play with, as management expects 2025 revenue to be between $155 million and $175 million. And if that ends up being the case, that will be a double in revenue. And it's not just me who thinks SoundHound is a great company to invest into, but also the darling of all AI stocks, Nvidia themselves have even thrown a small stake into SoundHound. Which brings us into the next stock that we're going to be talking about, which is Nvidia. And when we look at the trailing 12-month year-to-date chart for Nvidia, we could see that they are right at the 50-day moving average, moving right below and right above it. But we are still riding above the 200-day moving average, showing that we have some positive price momentum in this stock. And each time it drops below the 50-day moving average, we could see that it recovers pretty quickly and goes right above it. Not even getting close to the 200-day moving average, showing really strong price momentum. And the reason for that is a lot of investors believe in Nvidia, especially when we just look at their gross profit. We could see that it's absolutely nuts. We could see just from 2023 to 2024 the stark difference in income, as they've basically tripled their numbers. A big reason for all the momentum going into Nvidia is the high demand for their latest Blackwell chip, which is 25 times more efficient at consuming energy than the H100. This Danish bank believing that the stock could potentially reach $250 per share, and if that happens, the market cap would be at $6.2 trillion, double Apple's current worth. And just to name a few of the big companies working with Nvidia, we have Google, Dell, IBM, Amazon, and many others, including with the United States government, which is partnering with Nvidia and other leading technology companies for the use of AI. Which transitions me into the next stock, which has also seen a ton of momentum recently, was just added to the NASDAQ 100 and also works heavily with the United States government, and that is Palantir Technologies. When we look at Palantir on the trailing 12-month year-to-date chart, we could see that they are way above the 50-day moving average and even higher above the 200-day moving average. with the stock seeing a lot of momentum from positive Q3 earnings and then also their listing into the NASDAQ 100. So just in the last 3 months, we've seen 114% gains from Palantir. And reasonably so, as their biggest customer is the United States government. Its customers include the United States intelligence community and the United States Department of Defense. This just shows the type of money that they're making from the government. This was on March 7th, where they secured a $178 million contract to work with the United States Army. And not only is Palantir working with one of the most powerful and important industries in the world, the United States government, but as of 2023, they also flipped around their net income from negative to positive. And as Palantir continues to collect more government contracts, we should see their net income continue to increase. And so Palantir works with the government, and we could see that they just flipped into having positive net income, just like the next stock that we're going to talk about, one that I think is a very undervalued stock, and I don't think people are always looking as an AI play, but I think it might be the biggest AI play out of all of these, and that is Tesla. If you're just looking at Tesla's EV market share and what they do for autonomous vehicles, you're really missing the big pictures. There is so much more behind Tesla, with the biggest push that may bring us into the future truly, and that is going to be the Tesla robots. And let's be honest, if we were to think about AI just 20 years ago, or the future of what AI may be, robots would be very present in our mind. We've seen robots in television and in movies and media for years. These robots are expected to be rolled out in 2026, and I think that's going to really make us feel like we're all in the future. And not only does Tesla have cool robots, but their financial sheet looks great as well. I remember investing before 2020, and there was so much hate on Elon Musk and Tesla. The shorts were always trying to attack Tesla, and many people thought this stock was very overvalued, as it was the top earner when it came to car companies in the market. And a lot of this hate was coming when Tesla was still in the negative. So when they had a negative earnings per share and then a negative net income. But in 2020, they flipped that around, and every year since has been positive, with the income growing year over year. And I believe we're going to continue to see that trend continue, as we were talking about Palantir being involved with the government. Well, Elon Musk and Tesla are going to be very involved with the government coming up. With Trump getting back into office in 2025, Elon did a lot of campaigning for him on this last campaign trail, and Trump just made him one of the heads of the Department of Government Efficiency, which is not actually a government organization, but a separate entity that is looking to give the government tips and suggestions to lower debt and to bring reform into the government. And so with Elon Musk being great friends with Trump, we could see a lot of momentum go into Tesla from a lot of different factors. First off, like I say, the financials look great. So if you're just investing into Tesla just purely off of financials, looking at the balance sheet, it's a positive there. Second, they still have their whole EV market. They had some pretty positive Q3 earnings, and we're seeing the Tesla Cybertruck get rolled out more and more. And then third, Elon Musk, again, is such great friends with Donald Trump. Being involved with the government always gives you an upper hand. And when it comes to robots, EV, anything involved in these sectors, Elon Musk basically has a direct line to Donald Trump. And so I still think that Tesla is very undervalued, and I think now is the best time to invest before Trump gets into office. And lastly, I just wanted to do a stock analysis of all these stocks. So again, this is on the trailing 12-month year-to-date chart. This is all four of them compared next to each other. But I think what's really crazy is that in 2024, Nvidia was one of the most talked about stocks, but we could see in the last couple weeks, both SoundHound and Palantir have really skyrocketed. But that's just on the year to date. So when we zoom out and look at the last 5 years, we could see that Nvidia is the top earner, with Tesla right behind them, but Palantir coming right after Tesla, and then SoundHound being at the bottom of all four of them. AI is really just getting started, and we could just think about the progression we've seen with AI videos in the last couple years. Just about a year or two ago, the AI videos looked awful. We had stuff like Will Smith eating spaghetti, and they were just so obviously AI, just so obviously doctored. You could just tell that they were fake videos. But now when we come into current day, AI videos are getting better and better, and they are almost indistinguishable from reality many times. And so I'm invested in all four of these plays coming into 2025, and I'm very excited to see what's next. It is in my opinion that AI is still going to be a craze in 2025, just like it was in 2024, and we're really only seeing the beginning for what a lot of these stocks may be worth. And as these stocks push higher, there's going to be a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and a lot of fear of missing out from investors who had not yet been invested. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about these stocks below. If you're invested into these AI plays, or if there's any other AI plays that you're looking at. So please drop a comment, please leave a like, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and have a great day.